Some people just want to know what they're watching and get it full force. And that's what you get with F1, Formula One racing. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing F1. What's this about? Pretty simple premise. We have a F1 organization, team, whatever you want to call it, that's about to be bankrupt, that hasn't won a single race this season. Half the season is over. Brad Pitt comes in to kind of bring juice into the organization, tries to bring change into the organization to try to make everyone more of a team. Because right now, it's a one-man sport in this apex organization. Now, if you want to call it organization, I don't know what else you would call it, but you have stakeholders, you have owners, you have mechanics, you have love interests, you have accidents, you have just two alpha males, dick swinging contest of who's the better driver and who is going to come out on top. So, did I like this film? Absolutely. And that's why I kind of said in my intro, this is something that when you watch the trailer, you know what you're going to get. You are going to get a F1 racing movie, of course, with some story, but you're going to get the feeling of being in the cockpit, of being around the racetrack, and it's absolute fun where you're going to Las Vegas, Abu Dhabi, Japan, Belgium. I know there's a couple other cities that we're going to in this movie, but you're getting the funness overall. So this is directed by Joseph Kosinski, who did Top Gun Maverick. He did Oblivion. I think he did a couple other ones here and there, but he is known to try to do CGI to the minimum. Watch the special features of Oblivion. Watch the special features of Top Gun Maverick. And I'm really intrigued to watch the special features of this one as well, of how it's like, we're going to try to do everything in camera imperfect, but it is pretty damn perfect of how the camera moves and how we're getting the just interior feeling of being in these races. And you don't have to second guess of oh, is that real? Is it not? I mean, I could. Hopefully it's mostly real. If it's not, it's a slap in the face to me. But that's some VFX Oscar nominations right there. Sound, that, cinematography, maybe. I feel like the cinematography in Top Gun Maverick was a lot better, and that didn't get nominated. That was a very, very weird year, which that Top Gun Maverick got nominated for screenplay, but not cinematography. That's a weird one, but we'll continue on with F1. Brad Pitt does a good job. Damson Idris does a good job. Samson, Kayo. You have Kim Bodnia, Sarah Niles, Tobias, Menzies, Javier, Bardem, Kerry, Condon. They all do a fantastic job of playing the love interest, the mechanic, and things like that. Which I remember showing this trailer to my mom, and she's like, "Why is a woman there?" Because I'm like, well, there are a couple in real F1, but she's like, yeah, there's a couple, but doesn't mean it's overblown in the sport. And I understand what she's going for is how many women do you want in the pit? Because it's very heavy tires, very heavy equipment, and things like that, which they do explain the story why Kerry Condon being the only female, why she is there. So I think that does a good job as well. The relationship between Javier Bardem and Brad Pitt is very predominant in this movie. I wasn't really expecting that. So I like the writing overall. But of course, people are going to say sometimes the writing is very simplistic in this movie of, Brad Pitt, big swinging dick. The new guy, I always forget his name, Ezra, big swinging dick of who's going to do better. But the good thing about that is kind of a dynamic of an old timer teaching the new timer of how you need to have a team. How teamwork really is respectable. How even though you're the driver, without these people in the pit, without the people with the money, without the people this, you would be a nobody. And that's what people need to realize, for pilots as well. Yes, you might be on piloting the craft, but without the mechanics, without the people, the fuelers, without everything else, your job wouldn't exist. And I think this does a good job looking at that aspect of things. But it's 2.5 hours. It does not feel 2.5 hours because I think there's so many racing sequences in this and there's so many great shots that you are so entertained and so intertwined into this movie. My movie wasn't that packed, but I saw it at 9:15 in the morning, and the people that were in it, they're like, we don't watch racing movies, but we loved it. And you could tell just everyone was just like, hell yeah. And when the final race happened, who the winner occurred, people were putting their fists up in the air. And I was like, oh, okay. I've never really seen that in a movie theater, but good for you for being so intertwined, which that's what I did like about the last race. You really didn't know what was going to happen. You're like, who's going to win? Are they going to win? And what's going to occur? And the last lap of it, I was like, oh, I like what we're doing here because we're doing something extremely different compared to all the other racing sequences in this movie, about the sound design, about how it's filmed. It changed to almost like a first-person view of what you would be experiencing, which F1 is crazy because you have that little thing right here in the middle. You're just like, would that be just completely just bonkers of trying to drive with that? I still need to go to F1 race in Vegas. I'll probably do it in the next couple of years in November because I got to do it. I just got to freaking do it. I've done NASCAR. I got to try F1. But you know what you're getting with this movie, and I think that's what a lot of people are going to enjoy, is they're going to get a racing movie with Brad Pitt, with great racing sequences, the movie that zooms by at 1,000,000 miles a second. Yes, you'll have some love interest things here and there. And like I said, it could be very simplistic, but sometimes people don't need complex storylines, and F1 does not give it to you. It gives you what you're asking for. Bad-ass car chases. So F1 will receive a 4 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 80%. Let's see what the critics and user scores gave this one. Critics at 83% with 250 of them. Audience score is 97% with 5,000. Critic consensus, driven by Brad Pitt's laid-back magnetism and sporting a souped-up engine courtesy of Joseph Kosinski's kinetic direction, F1 the movie brings vintage cool across the finish line. And there is a very good back storyline with Brad Pitt that I did enjoy. The question is, did the audience like this or Top Gun Maverick better? Top Gun Maverick got a 99%, so almost perfect. Oh, he also did Only the Brave. That's another solid one. And Tron Legacy and Spiderhead. Spiderhead was not good. I remember watching Spiderhead. Yeah, that one was kind of a poo-poo movie for sure. All right, we have the 80, 83, 97 Chase Sock here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to leave Bluetontopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I don't care if you watch this today, tomorrow, week from now, a month, and a year from now. I love every single freaking one of you. Peace and love. Peace and love. And did you find this rubbish or pretty balls to the wall fun?